Welcome to Video Games Revisited. Today we're going to be playing Asteroids on the Atari 2600. This version is a port of the incredibly popular 1979 arcade game by Atari, and is probably the most competent Atari 2600 port of an arcade game I've come across thus far. As other than the UFO that will sporadically appear in the arcade version, there's not really anything missing, and the feel of the game remains intact in my opinion. Asteroids is a 2D shooter game where you take the role of a spaceship in the middle of an asteroid field. The basic premise is that you have to shoot these asteroids and clear the screen. However, each asteroid takes several shots to finish off, as each time you shoot it, the asteroid splits into smaller parts, making them harder to pick off and requiring more shooting. Now, other than the obvious shooting down of asteroids, you also have to concern yourself with survival, as obviously if one of these giant hunks of rock crashes into you, you will explode. To aid in your survival, you're given the ability to teleport by pulling back on the joystick, which makes you disappear and then reappear at a random point on the screen, which is very handy for getting out of tight situations. If backed into a tight corner, you can also fly off screen, only to reappear on the corresponding side, which is great for putting some distance between you and the asteroids. The controls are very simple. It's just left and right to turn your ship, forward to use thrust to push your ship forwards, and the fire button to shoot. Now, what makes this game special in my opinion is the physics, which really are fantastic for the time. For example, your direction of travel after you've thrusted will continue regardless of the direction you're facing in, giving this really great space-like feel to the game, as you genuinely feel like you're just kind of drifting, which also works great strategically, as you can effectively strafe past asteroids and turn your ship and shoot at them, keeping yourself out of danger. The graphics in this home port are very different to the arcade version. The arcade version utilised some vector-style graphics, and whilst this isn't possible on the Atari 2600 hardware, what we've been given is a great substitute, and it doesn't really take anything away from the game. The iconic tension-building music is also present in the Atari 2600 version, and reminds me of the infamous Jaws theme, although if you're anything like me, you'll hardly get to hear it, as you'll be frantically firing in every direction, covering up the sound. Now, this game is genuinely still fun to play today, and I can really see why it's maintained its popularity, and why new versions and ports are being released all the time with updated graphics for pretty much every console since it was created. It's a simple, addictive and iconic port of a timeless arcade game, and a must-play for any gamer. So if you don't already own one of its various incarnations, I urge you to hunt one down and add it to your collection. But that's about it for Asteroids on the Atari 2600. Take care, and I'll hopefully see you next time.